it's Christy. Welcome to Bitly Ditly Has Plans. In this video, I am putting together my budget planner for the second half of 2021. So let's get started. Alrighty friends, so if you didn't catch my video earlier in the year when I set up the first half of my budget planner, this is just going to catch you up. I'm setting up the months of July through December, so the second half. I franken plan a Erin Condren monthly with the Budget by Paycheck Workbook from the Budget Mom. This coil here, it's gold coil. I picked this up from OK Plans. I really like their coils because they are very similar in weight to a plum paper or an EC coil. I have ordered coils from another shop, but I found those coils to be a little lighter weight, not as heavy gauge. And so essentially what I do is, this is just a title page that I took from a life planner, which was an hourly layout. I'm going to cover all of this up anyway, so I just kind of wanted to have a title page in my book. And then I have the second half of the year. So in an Erin Condren monthly, you get 2 pages here that have 6 months on each page, 6 boxes. And what I do is I will do one of these boxes for each month. So this will be July through December. And what I do is I like to just kind of track for the month. I capture, you know, kind of what my current debt is, what my credit score is, what my retirement is at, and where my sinking funds are at. And so I will do a box for each month here. And then I just get into using the monthly spread, and I do use the dashboard page. And you'll notice this does say July 2020. I usually buy a monthly kit to cover this part. So what I'll do is I'll cover that up and I'll redate it with the date dots. This planner, what had happened was I had ordered this planner and they sent it to me kind of assembled incorrectly. It had the wrong notes pages, it had the wrong color coil. And so they told me to just keep that book, and then they sent me the correct one. And so I had an extra book. So I'm just trying to make use of these monthly pages so they don't go to waste. So that's what I have is July through December in here. So that's kind of the Erin Condren part of it. And then the Budget by Paycheck Workbook. So I had purchased this digital version, I want to say like maybe like June of 2019. And so this is actually the 2018 version because she does her launch in October, I think. And so this was prior to her launch that year of 2019. And so what it has is just sort of a financial plan, a goal worksheet for some short-term goals within a year, medium-term goals within 5 years, and then long-term goals, which are more 10 to 15 years. And then there's a membership and subscription reminder sheet. So things like your Costco, your Netflix, your Disney, Amazon, that kind of stuff. We used to belong to a swim and tennis club when the girls swam for swim teams. So I would put that on there as well. And then here you have yearly savings goals and events. So kind of like a sinking fund. You put the description of it. So like, let's say Christmas, your yearly goal is to save maybe $2,000 for Christmas. So you break down how much do I need to put away each month, and then what's the due date. So maybe you want your Christmas savings filled by October because you start your Christmas shopping or whatever. So that's that. And then here is a tracking sheet for that where you can put in for each month, January through December, what your beginning balance was, what you added, or maybe what you ended up subtracting, and then kind of what the ending was for the month. And so this is a tracking sheet for that. And then I like visual trackers, and so this is fun. You can do the same thing where you put your goal amount at the top, and you have an amount each month that you're saving, and you kind of color it in until you get to the top. So these are fun. I like seeing the boxes get colored in. And then this is a yearly spending review overview. So I have my categories in here, and then each of the months of the year. And so in my current book, I've got January through May done. We're in June now, so once I finish out June, I'll put that in here, and then this book will have the second half of the year. And then here, same kind of thing. This is for savings though, just kind of each month your savings. And then you can track, you can create like a visual chart for your expenses and your savings, so you can kind of see your line, how that goes. And then I did this little visual again, because like I'm visual, I did this cute little car loan tracking sheet. I got this from a free site. I'll link it down below. It's like debtchart.org or something like that. And so I like to color in the lines. So that's that. And then you get into each month. And so this is a paycheck bill tracker. I only get paid twice a month, so I printed just 2. If you get paid, each week, you can print 4 or 5, just depending on how many paychecks you receive. And so what I like about the digital version is you can customize it in that way. Like I said, her printed book, I think, has 5 for those that might get paid 5 times a month. I only get paid twice, so I only printed 2. So I like that I don't have those extra pages in there. This is the cash envelope breakdown. Again, I only get paid twice, so I just printed the one sheet because there's paycheck number 1 here and paycheck number 2 here. I put in my cash envelope categories, the amount for each one, and then my breakdown of 1s, 5s, 10s, 20s, etc. And then you get to your expense trackers. And so I like to do 6 because I do 3 for the first paycheck and then 3 for the second paycheck. And the reason why I do 3 is because I have 3 main sort of buckets. I have my main checking account that my paycheck is directly deposited into, and then I do a tracker just for cash, and then I do a tracker for the secondary checking account that I have, which is really kind of my automobile sinking fund account. So I did 6 of those. And then this is a debt payment plan worksheet where you list out all of your debts, the order that you want to pay them off, the balance, the interest rate, what the minimum payment is. You list out any extra debt payments, and then here you calculate out your monthly progress. And what's great is she gives you the formulas for figuring out like what your percentage of your debt was for this month that you paid off and that kind of thing. So it's really great. These are all very kind of self-explanatory, but she also has incredible videos to walk you through how to use these worksheets. It actually really wasn't that hard to get up and running on it, especially for me. I'm a natural spender. I never really had a budget before a couple years ago, and it was really easy for me to just kind of watch her videos and dive right in. This is a monthly net worth tracker. So you put in your assets, your liabilities, like your debt and that kind of stuff, and you subtract liabilities from your assets, and you figure out kind of what your net worth is. So that's that every month. This is a good one. It's where did my money go? You put out all of your categories. What did you budget? What did you actually spend? What was the difference? And then this is nice because you look at what percent of your income did you spend on food or housing or, going to the movies, fun, that kind of stuff. And then this is also another, where did my money go? So this is your debt versus your savings. How much did you pay in debt versus, and then how much did you save? So this is really nice. It's really rewarding to see how much you're saving. And then this is a month comparison of where did my money go last month compared to this month. Also really good. There are some months where you are going to spend more because there's a holiday or lots of birthdays or a big trip or whatever. And so it's just kind of nice to compare and see where you are. It's great when you see like, hey, I budgeted this month, this amount last month for this category, and I did this, I was able to keep the same. So that's kind of cool. And then just starting all over again with August. So that's kind of each of the workbook pages from the Budget Mom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start kind of assembling this together. So this is like my title page, and then this is, like I said, a box for each month. And then what I'm going to do is I like to use all of these overview pages at the beginning. So those are going to go here, and then we'll do the July monthly. Hopefully you can kind of see everything, and then the dashboard, and then I'm going to pull out my July workbook pages, and so on. So I will go ahead and get all this put together for each month, and then we'll come back and we'll start coiling. Okay, so I went ahead and kind of collated each month of the Budget by Paycheck workbook in between the tabs. I also have this little pocket folder. I like to have one of these in the back because I'll put stickers in there or receipts or whatever. And so I'm just kind of tapping it against the table to get it lined up, get those holes as lined up as I possibly can. It looks pretty good. And then I'm going to grab one of these big gator clips, put that in there. And then other tools I have are, I have a couple pair of pliers. These ones are like a finer point plier. I just wrapped it in masking tape just so that I wasn't really kind of getting metal on metal scratching. This is another pair of pliers that I got from Amazon, I believe. It has a plastic cover on the metal here, so this hopefully doesn't do as much damage either. The problem with these is sometimes it's, depending on the size of your coil, this head here on the plier is a little thick. I don't know if you can see that. It's a little thick, so sometimes it's hard to kind of get it in here and bend it, but that's that. And then I don't think I mentioned, I'm just going to say it again if I didn't, when I print the Budget by Paycheck workbook in order to get it to be the same size as the Erin Condren, I print the pages at 80% scale. So it shrinks it down, and then I take it to Office Depot and I have them trim it, and then I have them punch the holes. The holes on the Office Depot punch are more circular shaped, and then the holes for the Erin Condren are a little more oval shaped, but I've never had that be much of a problem. And then I also like to print on 32-pound paper. I buy a ream from Staples kind of at the beginning of the year, and it lasts me a while. Like, I just had to go buy a new ream, and so I've gotten through, I want to say, a year and a half with that one. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start this. But I like to come from the top and work my way down. And I just come from the back of the book. It takes a little bit of finagling to kind of get it started, and you don't want to rip your page. So I'm just kind of, oops. Hopefully I'm in frame there. Okay, so I got that started. Takes a little bit of finagling to get it started, but once you get rolling, it's pretty straightforward. I think I'm going to open this up a little bit. It's like too curved. It's curving down. There we go. This tip is curving down, so it's making it kind of hard to get that in. Okay, so that is in, and I think I might need to trim it a little bit, looks like. Okay, so I am gonna go ahead, and this is the part that you just kind of take this, and it's kind of hard knowing exactly where you need to bend it in, but you take the end and you want to bend that in on itself so that the coil doesn't come undone. And then this one looks like I need to trim it. I'm trying to think. I think this goes here. I don't want to trim too much because you can always, you know, trim more, but you can't get it back if you trim too much. And then let's take this and twist this inside like that. Oops. Okay. And it scratches the gold is going to flake a little bit. It's just that you have to be okay with that. Okay. There. So that's it. So I'm just kind of flipping through the pages just to kind of get the coil to relax a little bit. And then I had this cover that I customized, Dream, Believe, Achieve. It's one of my favorite mantra band sayings. And so let's just hook this on here. And this will help me know too if I've got like the coil right. I might have to trim it down more or whatever. I might have to trim it. I'm not a professional coiler, so. Okay, get this in there. Okay, cool. Oh, I think that works. Okay, so that's the front, and then let's see. I don't think I've ever used this cover yet. There we go. Okay, I think that's all in. Yep. So there we go. This one. There we go. All right, so now I'm ready to move into it and get started for July. Okay, well, I think that's it for this video, friends. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe so you can catch future content on my channel. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.